guys, Pat over here, Felsmere Fishing Headquarters, bringing you a good fishing report, real good fishing report. These fish are starting to feed, the water's cooled off, the weather's getting really nice, a lot of people going out fishing, a lot of folks coming down from up north. So the captains here, they want to keep everybody informed as to what's going on so y'all catch some fish. And the good news is, we heard some negativity about stick marsh, so we actually went out there and checked it out ourselves. Me and Craig, we had a great day out there. We caught a lot of fish. Cecil will tell you about his day. Him and George went out and they put a beating on them. So stick marsh is doing really good. The water looks nice. I mean, it's a little bit stained in certain areas, but visibility was good everywhere I went, and the fish were feeding big time. So I think Captain Cecil will tell you a little something about that. What do you think, old Cecil, about old stick marsh?
Yeah, it was definitely doing well. Like he said, the water's a lot cleaner than it was in the past. I think some of the new vegetation's helping, but the fish are chasing shad. They're starting to move up shallow again now that the water's cooling off. And anything shad, like spinner bait, or we were catching a lot on swim baits, they were just busting them. We'd stop in spots and you'd catch 6, 7, 8 fish at a time. Just chasing shad, so mostly off shell buds. They weren't really into vegetation that much yet, but I'm sure they're getting there.
Yeah, I same thing. Those shell beds at the end of that center divider on the west side of the lake, all those shell beds that are out there. I mean, they were schooling up chasing shad. I mean, we caught a bunch of them, and no giants, but a couple 4 and 5 pounders. And I know one thing that I did want to do is I heard them on the south side of that channel. They were chasing. I mean, you could hear the big girls chasing bait in there, and we didn't fish for them. But when I go back, that's where I'll be. So they're in that channel, that deep channel, and at that west end. What about Garcia? I mean, I know you guys had a great day at Garcia yesterday, and the water's real clean.
Oh yeah, very clean. And the same thing, their fish are moving shallow again, starting to chase the shad. So I mean, anything that imitated shad, flukes, rattle traps, spinner baits. I mean, we caught a lot of good quality fish. I mean, started right off with a 7-pound, right, first cast almost. So
nice.
So it was a good day. Yeah, it was a good day. And a lot of good fish.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have the tournament every Sunday, by the way, at Garcia. So you guys that want to fish tournament, it's a $40 entry. We started safe flight. We're going to start weighing in at 2 o'clock now. So if anybody's interested in fishing a tournament with us, it's a lot of fun. Captain Steve, what about Headwaters, man?
Well, I've been splitting my time a little bit now in between Headwaters and Garcia here lately. Garcia, as Captain Cecil said, starting to turn on. The fish are moving around. There's a lot of fish doing a lot of different things right now. So you can find fish, what we call deep water here, in 4 to 6 foot of water, and you can also find them up on the flats. I was catching them the other day and a little bit today too, and I forgot to mention this, on a hard jerkbait. They're starting to feed pretty good on hard jerkbait in the ditches. If you can find a deep canal fishing on the edge of the grass at Garcia and at Headwaters with a hard jerkbait has been really good. The punch and bite is still good. I caught a couple good fish, couple key fish a couple weeks ago at Garcia that I caught them punching. And the Headwaters deal is still kind of the same. It's starting to transition over a little bit. The water this morning was 68 to 71 degrees. 68 to 71. We went from 80s to 68 to 71. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. You think maybe we'll see an early spawn?
Potentially, depending on what the weather does for us. There's a very decent possibility that if the water, because everybody knows down here, we wait for the water to cool off. That's when these fish start to spawn, when the water cools off. Up north, it's when it warms up. Down here, it's the total opposite.
Right.
So at Headwaters, I'm starting to find some quality fish back up on the flats again, but they're not staying there, like they would in like a pre-spawn type deal.
Right.
But they are checking it out, it seems like. So, I mean, we're catching some quality fish anywhere from, 3 to 6 pounds on the flats. The shiner bite is phenomenal right now. Has been steady, has been good. I had a guy out a couple days ago and we caught over 40 fish. Biggest one was just over 5, but he caught 2 or 3 that size, so he was very happy. So the bite is turning on, and they are schooling up on bait right now.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's awesome. Yeah, and Any particular areas on
Well,
Headwaters?
I mean, anywhere where you can find a ditch running, and I've been saying this now because we're, coming off the summer, but I've been saying this now for, the last 2 or 3 reports. Any type of canal or shallow canal that feed into one of these man-made pits, right there at the mouth of those, on those corners, are usually holding a lot of fish still.
Yeah.
If you get like ditch 13 at Headwaters, you got the cut throughs at ditch 13 there. If the wind's cutting through those, fish those fish are starting to pull up on those flats now. Anywhere that you can find a flat that's adjacent to a little bit deeper water with some grass on it, you're probably going to get bit.
Yeah, you put us on those fish. Maurice and I were down at the square pond where that channel goes south. And
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
man, went through 3 dozen shiners. It was nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't take any time at all, and they're eating dead ones too. So that's something else. If you come down here, you get shiners, and a fish hits your shiner and kills it. Don't throw it away.
Right.
Put it back in the bait bucket.
absolutely.
Because when they start feeding, they'll eat those dead ones too. So
Yeah.
don't waste them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's good stuff. Well, guys, come on down to the shop, man. We got the maps on the walls, and the captains are usually here, and they're always willing to share and help, and they'll take you right to the maps over here and point out and help you navigate and show you where they're catching them and how they're catching them. So come on down, guys, and we've got the bar and grill, which is going to be within the shop, and sounds like it's about to be open in a couple weeks. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, cold beer, great people. So come on down, check it out. That's it. We appreciate you guys.